This hour for you on Daybreak. Now that masks are a new essential item for 2020, you may have some issues with skin problems. We'll tell you how to prevent masking.
And the first medical pot dispensary may open in the Ozarks in just a couple of months. We'll have the latest details on that.
Also, a local shelter is asking for help as they try to treat puppies with a deadly virus. That's all ahead this morning for you here on Daybreak.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Today is Wednesday, July 29th. I'm Jennifer Abreu.
And I'm Joe Morano. One more hour to get through for you guys today as we get you out the door on this Wednesday morning.
Out the door this Wednesday. You might need an umbrella maybe later on today, depending on what time you go out, because it's been like that. It will be like that.
Yeah, you'll see as we zoom out in a minute here for Elisa. It's pretty cloudy over Branson at the moment right now, right?
Yeah, we've got the clouds out there this morning. You might need the umbrella at some point this afternoon with some scattered showers and storms returning.
Okay, something to watch out for, just like we had the last couple of days, though, right?
Yeah, where it's like hit and miss. Today, though, more of us might get in on some of that rain. Starting out this morning with some dry roads in Branson, you've got some fog developing on the lake. It's 72 degrees with dew points, really humid. Right behind those temperatures, also at 72 degrees. Most of us are kind of dry this morning. I say kind of because we've got some lighter showers back to the west from Bentonville over through Joplin and then up towards Clinton. Otherwise, you've got partly to mostly cloudy skies. It's 73 degrees in West Plains, 74 in Springfield, and 72 degrees in Monette. Coming with humidity this morning, it feels pretty sticky. So we'll have some wet roads possible as we head through the afternoon with some scattered showers and storms increasing in coverage. If you're waiting for a package, it could be wet because you could have some locally heavy rain with some of those storms. Temperatures stay below average at 85 degrees. So still tracking storm chances, a flooding threat, and cooler temperatures. We'll talk about all of that coming up in just about 10 minutes.
For many of us, face masks are now an essential part of everyday life, which can result in more skin problems, but experts say you're not alone in dealing with those. Nija McDonald is live in the newsroom this morning to share ways to help prevent maskne. Nija.
Yeah, Joe, good morning. Maskne is exactly what it sounds like and is caused by the friction of the mask rubbing up against your skin. Add in sweat and humidity, and it is a perfect environment for a breakout. However, I spoke with a local dermatologist who says this is not a reason to stop wearing your mask. Now, instead, she says to wash your face thoroughly with a gentle face cleanser both before and after wearing a face covering. Dr. Leslie Hawley says select a mask made from soft, breathable cotton so you won't sweat as much underneath it, and wash your mask often. Hawley also recommends purchasing an over-the-counter retinol cream like Differin to apply once a day every other day.
That will help prevent some of the, not only the irritation, but the acne bumps as well, and helps keep in balance the moisture versus dryness factor, which is kind of what's happening. Your body, your moisture levels are out of balance, and so skin doesn't like that. So it likes a healthy balance between the two.
Hawley says if you're prone to breakouts, don't use heavy ingredients like cocoa butter or coconut oil. She also suggested skipping oil-based foundation.
When we see our masks at the end of the day with the makeup on them, you can only imagine then what that's done in those areas to the skin. So I think that's where, in this instance, it's almost nice for females. We've been talking with several patients, just saying it's kind of nice. You don't really need to wear makeup from here down. You can just do your eyes.
Well, Hawley also recommends having several masks on hand so that way you can switch these out daily. And if all else fails, visit your local dermatologist. Reporting live from the newsroom, Nija McDonald, Ozarks First.
In COVID-19 news this morning, lawmakers say the pandemic has taught the country to better protect the reliability of its medical supply chains. As demand continues, members of Congress look to see what was the root cause. Some Democratic senators say America needs to get to work to protect and improve the nation's medical supply chain. Pennsylvania Senator Bob Casey blames the failure to supply enough PPE to American frontline workers on the president and his administration. However, Republicans argue China is to blame. Montana Senator Steve Daines says expanding production in the U.S. will also help ease unemployment.
End our reliance upon China for drug and medical manufacturing and bring those jobs back to the U.S.
The same country that put a man on the moon more than 50 years ago ought to be able to produce enough gowns and masks and other protective equipment.
The Department of Homeland Security says it's prioritizing the purchase of domestic supplies. Republicans and Democrats say an increase in U.S. production will make America stronger now and better prepared for the next pandemic.
Missouri families who rely on food stamp benefits will get the maximum benefit for August. The U.S. Department of Agriculture approved a request from the state to extend pandemic-level food stamp and SNAP benefits. Part of the Coronavirus Response Act allows SNAP recipients to receive the max benefit for their household size during a state of emergency. Now, this will impact more than 370,000 households in the state.
In medical coverage this morning, state health officials say the medical marijuana program in Missouri is on track to have product for patients in some areas in the next couple of months. The state is set to inspect 11 facilities across the state, 3 grow sites, and 8 dispensaries. Program Director Lyndall Fraker says 3 cultivation facilities are currently open to grow marijuana, and 8 dispensaries are waiting final inspection. But right now, none of the 10 product testing facilities are ready, and Fraker says that's one of the most important pieces of the puzzle left.
The testing, we actually do not have a request yet. Of course, we're waiting for one, and we have to have that facility up and ready to go, or at least one, before we can allow the dispensaries to sell the product.
In Springfield, a dispensary called Old Route 66 Wellness on North Glenstone is just about ready for their final check by the state. Owner John Lopez says they have a few more things left to do before they're given the green light, which should come in a matter of weeks.
The earliest we'll open is late August. It's looking probably more like early to mid-September. I get calls daily, many calls, mostly about when we're going to open, and so we have it posted on our Facebook page and our website of when we're going to have an exact grand opening.
They will also have one of the country's first pharmacy-style drive-through window for medical marijuana.
Back to some more local news for you here. Over a dozen unwanted, dumped, and surrendered dogs at Rescue One with Parvo need your help. During quarantine, adoptions of animals went up, but now some people may have underestimated how much time and energy is required to take care of a dog. The Parvo virus affects a dog's intestines and without treatment could be deadly. It affects absorption of nutrients, ability to hold on to water, and is highly contagious. The virus can stay in an environment for up to a full year. The majority of dogs survive, but there is a large percentage of them that don't.
You would go onto rescueonespringfield.com and fill out an application. Once we get your application, it goes through an approval process.
We always can take volunteers here at the clinic. There's always laundry, there's always kittens to cuddle, there's always things to do here. Donations like food, blankets, towels.
As Rescue One has more dogs available, there is a flat adoption fee. Any dog under 7 years old is $150. Over 7 is $75. That includes all medical fees the dog received at the clinic, even if it's thousands of dollars. They'll also be spayed, neutered, and up to date on vaccinations.
We're starting out this morning with partly to mostly cloudy skies, a few light showers over to the west. Details on storm chances for today coming up next.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Jennifer Abreu, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Alisa Rafa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.